Welcome back to Becoming. I'm Max Francis. It's time for me to talk a little bit more about my album, and today I want to talk about the philosophy behind it, which is in the name itself. The name of my album, my debut album, is A Body of Profound Imperfection, and it says it already. Profound imperfection. It's it's a philosophy in and of itself. It's the reason why I was able to finish this album in the first place, because I spent countless hours running around in circles in the studio trying to create the perfect thing over and over again for 15 years. How crazy is that, right? To me, this is just a sin almost, that I've spent so many hours and days and spent all this energy on something that is never gonna see the light. You know, obviously, I'm looking at it. Like a half glass full. That's really how I am and how I try to live my life. So the way I see that time spent is, it was all experimenting. It was all beautiful. It was all doing what I loved and playing around with mostly myself, but with friends as well. Just figuring out what to do in the studio, how to make music, and how to make beats, how to record myself, how to and all the above, like all of that stuff. And eventually I reached a point where I was confident in my craft and was like, oh my god, like I have a sound now. This is a sound. Because I always strive to make something new and something that has never been done before. Something about that, I'll say, like I learned along the way that I do want to have something in my music that's recognizable, not for the purpose of like making it mainstream or making people like it more, but just for myself. I've listened to so many good songs in my life, and I grew up listening to crazy, like all the best artists, you know, from the 80s to the 2000s, 2010, 2000, 90s, 2000 to like that era. All the best musicians. I've listened to so many songs, and I've learned that there are some universal laws that binds good songs together, that makes good songs. I don't know. I don't want to go down this path of like, I know what good music is or whatever, but I'm just saying this because experimental music is one thing, but to make it sound like something that triggers emotion is another thing. And I found in my music that the stuff that I love the most of the music that I make is is connected to those universal laws, and is not just sounding weird or experimental or alternative. You know, it has balance. I mean, that's in the end what it's all about. Balance between bass, between high melodies, between the drums, between rhythm, melody, between like call and answer stuff, like all that stuff. Anyway, I lost track of what I was saying, which is the philosophy about my album. And I guess this is the exact point that with this philosophy, with this idea, I've allowed myself to lose track of whatever, and still be okay with it, because if you start overthinking, this is me speaking for myself, but like if I start overthinking and worrying about all the stuff that I do wrong or that is not going according to plan, then nothing gets happened. That's how I spent my life for years and years, just overthinking way too much. I've been listening to Charlie Rocket a lot recently, and especially I got introduced to him through the Manager's Playbook, his first episode, and it was amazing. He said something along the lines of, like, in this world you gotta be dumb. Smart people don't get anything done because they think too much, and you gotta be dumb and just do stuff. It was very funny how he said it, but there's such a massive truth in it. You know, like if you're trying to be super smart about everything and think everything through for your journey or whatever you're doing, you're not even going to start because there's too much to think about. There's too much problems that are going to occur, too much scenarios and all that stuff. So this is what he was saying, like, be dumb and just do it. Don't think and fuck up and make mistakes and learn. So in some way, that's what I've been doing. And this is the exact idea why I'm now an official album finisher. I got my debut album ready for release. I just uploaded the first 2 singles already. About to upload the third one, and then the full album. It's done. It's finished, and all because of this beautiful philosophy, which is a body of profound imperfection, to embrace mistakes, to embrace wandering off into something that might be wrong, and then turning around and changing your view or opinion or perspective about something, and making different decisions along the way. So even in what I'm saying right now, it's like I might, one part of me is like overthinking this, of like, oh my god, what are you doing? Like, the way you're talking, like, you should like rehearse this, and you should know what to say, and all this and silence in between your sentences, like just now, like, it's not good. You gotta stop this recording, and you gotta start over, and you gotta make something better so you can serve the people better. But the other part of me is saying, it's okay, you're imperfect, and that's perfect. And that's the whole point of what I'm trying to do with my album, is to tell that story. And I think I stumbled upon the idea by just becoming aware of the fact that I was never gonna be able to do an album in the first place if I stayed stuck in my old patterns and ways of thinking. I needed a way to be able to finish things. I'm a really, really good beginner, and I'm incredibly talented in creating ideas. I believe every single person on this planet is, but I know it's a strength of me as well. I'm so good at creating ideas that it's almost like sometimes an addiction to create new things, and it's because of its strength. It's a big weakness of me as well, because that's why I spent all these years making things and never finishing them, because I was more in love with starting new things. And always thinking that I could make something better than the idea before. But the issue is that I never actually got stuff finished properly. Um, because of so many reasons, but the main reason is because of the perfectionism that held me back. And now I am an official album finisher because I embrace the idea of imperfection, because I recognize that my music and the stuff that I like about my music is profound because of its imperfection, which is why the album is titled A Body of Profound Imperfection. I can't be more grateful for what I've done for myself. It's really a present for myself, this album, because it's also the reason why I'm releasing it on the 2nd of October, by the way, which is my birthday. This whole thing was a battle with myself, with my mind, and I finally won. I let go of all the perfectionism stuff, and just created something that I loved, and I gave it time, proper time to sort of like, almost like a caterpillar going into a cocoon and becoming a butterfly. Maybe a weird analogy, but I really did that with this album. Like, some songs are so old, but I let them sit and not haven't listened to them for a while, and then got back into the project and recorded a bunch of new stuff, and then it became a butterfly. That's sort of what I'm saying. That's all for today. It's another imperfect message in this becoming of Max Francis, and thanks for listening.